let the cat out the bag. But my first question was, where did you grow up, and did that affect who you became? You know, as an artist, as an actor.
Yeah, I'm from Flint, Michigan. You know that north side of Flint.
And
Flint
from
North.
the north side, the nutty north. Where are you actually from, as far as like where your roots are, where you really was planted the most? And what was your experience like, you know, living there?
That is really a hard question because so I was born in North Carolina and I went to college in North Carolina, right? So I feel like I was, born there. My family is mostly there now. But I would say the place that really, really like seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th grade,
Uh-huh.
I was actually in California. I was in like the San Joaquin Valley, Modesto, Merced,
Yes.
a town called Atwater, and that
Okay.
out of out of the places I lived during that time of my life, that was definitely my favorite.
Awesome. That's would want to know this. Where were you born and raised? Where are you from? Like, where is your roots?
I'm originally from Rochester, New York.
All right now.
State New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, what did you just say? Upstate, right?
Upstate, yeah, upstate New York.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, oh, you're not from New York. You're not from New York. I'm like, okay, because I had a little bit of grass and some trees,
No, tell them where you're from. Tell them where you're from.
Well, I'm from Flint, Michigan, born and raised, and I learned a lot in Flint. Flint gives you a whole lot of drive, and it will teach you not to quit. And
Different multiple choices and all of that. Okay, so with all that out the way, where are you originally from?
I'm originally from the Boogie Down Bronx, New York.
Yes. Hey.
By way of West Indian background. My grandmother's Bermudian, my grandfather's Jamaican from Kingston, and my dad is from Mobile, Alabama. So just grew up surrounded by Jamaicans, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans.
Love it.
A melting pot that is the Bronx.
Yeah. I absolutely love it. And first question is, where were you born and raised?
I was born in Flint, Michigan, in the projects. I was raised in Flint on the north side.
On the nutty north, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
What projects?
The Jets on Carpenter Road. That's
on Carpenter Road. The projects, the actual projects, Carpenter Road.
That's when I was born.
Listen, it's a couple of projects, but they something
Surprising.
like, how when somebody meets you, because a lot of times people always have preconceived notions and different things like that, but when somebody really get to meet you, they're like, what? I didn't, or it shocks them. Do you have like those moments with people?
I think people, where I think they surprise me, and I love plants. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of succulents.
Well, you and my mom would get along well.
Yeah, so I have tons and tons of succulents. I got one at a show that I was doing in 2005 in New York.
Wow!
It was a jade plant. It had two little leaves on it. It was a little small, about this big. Now I've made jades for people and pass them out that I love, and so I have them, 6 feet tall, 2 or 3 of them. So I just love plants, cactuses. I got a pomegranate tree. I got a
really.
Yeah, I got an orange tree, a pear tree, avocado. So I just love plants.
Oh, now you see that. What's something people would be surprised to know about you? What is something that you hardly share? And if some people knew that, they'd be like, what?
If I took you around my house, you would be like,
what you got, girl? A dispensary? No. I was surprised to know that you were, like you were into theater and all of that. Now, what is it that you feel that's something that you like that you really don't share or whatever? Do you mind giving me the exclusive? No.
I like creative art, no matter what it is. People may think I'm because I do a lot of black independent film that I love black independent films, but I like all films. I like all genre of music as well, all the way to country music. So it's nothing that I really don't like. But people would think that the way I act and the way I behave is that I'm strictly like I love rap and I love R&B, but that's not the case. And that I just like urban film, but I love all types.
I love that. Yes. And something people would be surprised to know about you. Like, what is something that I want to know the little quirky side that you finally want to let people in on. You know what I'm saying? Like if like people will be like, "What? I never knew that," or something like that. That makes people say that.
Oh man, I think there's clearly so many things because I'm a pretty private person, but um well, I think too well, a couple of things. I'll just have to throw a couple of things out there. I'm an amazing cook. I mean,
All right now.
I throw down. Shout out to my mother for teaching me how to cook when I was 8 years old. But I'm
Yes.
right before I came on here, I'm outside just grilling and marinating fish and all
Oh,
kinds of things. Um, so I love to cook. I'm a plant nerd. Like I'm that person who has too many house plants and will still keep buying them. I just love to see things grow. And every time I have a plant or I'm making sprouting something, it just reminds me of life and my career and wanting things overnight, but I have to wait, I have to be patient, I have to water and sow the seeds and give things time. So those are two things. And then I would say the last thing, I know you asked for one, but I can come off kind of aloof sometimes to people in person, but I'm very silly. I'm very warm. I'm very much a giver. Yeah. Yeah.
most crucial role someone needs to possess. What's the most crucial trait, uh,
Maybe,
character trait someone needs to possess in your role?
I would say having thick skin.
I
Like
I
in this
figured that.
industry, you gotta have some thick skin because we get told no all day, every day. I got an audition now that I'm like, I got a feeling they ain't gonna pick me for this, but I'm just gonna do it and see what happens.
You never know, right?
You never know. You still do it to put.
Best advice a mentor ever gave you? Pretty much, you already summed it up with your mentor. But what advice could you give your virtual mentees? What could you give them as far as um something that maybe your mentor gave you that you want to pass along to help them into growing in the art of acting?
Right, right. And I think this piece of information goes for more than just acting, for anything that you want to do.
Yeah.
You know that
Okay.
you need to always be studying the thing. You need to be hungry for all of the knowledge that has to do with something that you love. You have to go to classes. You need to talk to other people who are doing it. You should always have somebody that is doing what you want to do, but at a higher level, so you can ask them questions about how did you get there, what did you do, and know that all of that information that you get is just their path. It might not be your path. It's just information to use, because yours is going to be completely different. No two actors that I know of have the same trajectory. No two dentists. No. Everybody has to go through their own track.
Mhm.
We all need to gather as much information as possible about this thing that we love, so we can be full when the challenges come. So, I mean, I think
Put your family first. Okay. What are the most helpful resources that have helped you in your acting career along the way?
Well, Moolah Films has really been a big part of me being successful as an actor right now, because it's more than just a film company. They are they're teachers, they're coaches, they embrace you and they put you in the best position that you possibly can be in to be successful. and they gradually work your way up. So eventually, I'm gonna be a lead actor pretty soon.
Shout out to Moolah Films. I
Yes.
think I sent them a invite to come on the platform in their inbox. So I'm putting that out there, Moolah.
Yes.
Moolah. No, just kidding. Would you like to share with your audience?
Anything that you believe in, you can do or you want to do, keep going for it. It ain't never too late for you to do what you got to do. Whatever you want to do, just focus your mind to it and you can do it.
I'm just so excited. Okay, what are the most helpful resources that have helped you along the way? Something that you can pass on to like people that's trying to break into the industry.
Honestly, besides other people, okay, people talking to people, listening, taking advice, that's just a basic general. But
Yeah.
also class, just getting people are always like, oh, I think I could act. Well, I'm like, get into class, learn the trade. People think of acting as something you can just now. Does it happen for some people? They just jump into it? Sure. Generally, do they have longevity? No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So train. I'm in class now. I stay in class. Okay. I'm in class. And there's so many great classes around. And no matter where you are, there's classes in Charlotte. There's classes in, Atlanta, North Carolina. I was always taking classes and workshops. Everyone's doing things online now. There's no excuse not to train and learn the craft and not just try to get in because you think you're cute or you think, you know what I mean? Like, just really, everything is so accessible on the internet now. There's so many great books that you can read.
For a man, who would you want to play?
Oh, well, all the leads. all the leads.
Poor old dog.
That's easy. All of them. All the lead roles. Tupac role. What was his name? Old dog.
Old dog. Kane was the lead, but that's why I said poor.
Yeah, he was the lead, right?
Yeah,
but I still, I would still want to play the gangster though. Like, yo, what you say about my mom?
Oh, it's old dog. Right. So Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, Chucky. Who would be your bodyguard if you felt like you needed some muscle? Who you taking to spin with you? Who's spinning with Chinny?
Jason.
Wait, what song was Jason or no, that was was that Halloween?
Hold on, let me think.
What's
I think Jason. I get them so mixed up because they so
no, yeah. You probably talking about Jason, but I was thinking about the soundtrack song. But I think now the Cosbys, the Jeffersons, Good Times,
Sanford and Son. Sanford and Son was funny, but watching that show, I would tell this to my ex-boyfriend when I was younger. I would say the show felt dusty and dirty. Every time I watched it, I needed to take a shower because the house was dirty. I was like, it's dirty and dusty over there. So Sanford and Son gotta go.
Oh,
look like everybody's bad.
It's a junkyard. Let's see. Okay. Heat, Scarface, Godfather, Goodfellas. Only one could stay.
Only one can stay?
Yes.
Okay, well I'm about to go with Scarface.
You is in the trenches, I ain't gonna lie. You so hood. Gotta go. House party. Don't be a menace. Last Dragon Friday.
I guess I'm happy to Last Dragon.
If you say, did you say?
I did, but you know what? Wait, I take it back.
Did you not see what he was like?
I take it back. I'm gonna say
it was the finest thing.
I'm gonna say Friday.
No, I'm just
for
kidding.
reasons that I'm not gonna mention. But one of
Oh,
them has to do with one of the
okay.
people.
See,
I'm
you know all of the behind the scenes tea. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be the classic one.
Oh, so if it's the first one, yeah, we'll have to. Oh, yeah, we'll have to let the Warriors go. Everything else has like an emotional connection to me because you can't. Die Hard is one of the greatest movies ever. I love him from Moonlighting.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And then Lethal Weapon was amazing.
you're not gonna say no to Danny Glover ever.
No.
And,
And I
and
like the Warriors too. This would have been hard for me, but I'm like you. I probably would have picked Warriors because I did like Indiana Jones too.
that Indiana Jones is like I remember that was one of the first VHS tapes my daddy had at the house, and we was running that thing over and over again.